Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are working more on my winter Japanese city island. If you're new to my channel, first I want to say welcome over here. I do a ton of cozy gaming and building content, so I hope you decide to stick around. We've actually been working on this island during my live streams, so make sure you're tuning into those because we have gotten done so much on this island already, and this is technically my first video on it. So I have tons planned today, and that is finally incorporating some of the modern-like buildings onto this island. A lot of my inspiration is Tokyo for this during the winter, so I want a balance of like traditional and modern, very similar to how I did my last Cherry Blossom City. The only difference is I'm not going to have as much modern buildings like I did on that Cherry Blossom City. I think I'm going to keep it only in one dedicated area because I really want most of my island to feel like the outskirts of Tokyo. It's a little bit more rustic and cozy, so that's overall the sort of vibe that I'm going for. However, if I do decide to add more modern buildings, I'll just balance it out with traditional. I'm just not sure what my plan is quite yet. It also all comes down to how much space my island has, because I don't want a ton of modern buildings and then not be able to do any of the builds that I'm really hoping this island has. However, if I do continue to add more modern like areas, I really want to capture that neon bright light areas that Tokyo is known for. There's just so many cool areas in Tokyo that there's just like signage everywhere. So I think it would be really cool to incorporate that onto this island, and it would be a nice challenge too. The only issue I'm gonna have if I go that option with a build is the fact that I am very limited on my custom design codes. Like I'm pretty sure all of my slots are filled up right now. So we would have to get really creative with the neon codes and maybe make use of a lot of base game stuff instead. So that is gonna be the only issue if I do attempt that sort of a design. Also, if y'all have any fun ideas for this island, please let me know in the comment section below, because I really have no idea what I'm doing on this island theme. I'm just kind of winging it and going with the flow. So your feedback, your ideas will help me plan out different locations on this map. Anyways, for today's build, we're going to be working on the modern building area that I want to test out just to see if I like it. And I did really like how today's build turned out. My issue is just trying to see how we're going to transition around this, and if I want to indeed keep like the modern like areas mixed with traditional. If I end up changing my mind, I'll just turn these buildings into more traditional looking ones. So with all this being said, if I do change my mind and spiral, you'll see these changes on my next live stream. One of the main reasons why I really wanted to test out the modern idea too on this video today is because several of you said on my live stream that you want to go a more modern approach with this road code. So I wanted to test it out and see if I could provide any sort of ideas or inspiration for you. So for my modern buildings, we're going to be using wide display shelf and the item called Tokonoma. I love using these, especially on my Japanese islands, because they just kind of look like these tall concrete buildings. These are honestly the best items that we have on Animal Crossing to accomplish like the modern city core look, so I highly recommend these items. They come in so many different colors and they just look really realistic. You can go with a really simple city core theme, and these items just really bring it to life. For the Tokonoma item being used in city core, I actually took inspiration from this structure idea from Zara Crossing on Instagram. I will have them linked in the video's description in case you want to go check them out. I highly recommend it, especially if you're doing a Japanese island, because they create some of the most beautiful Japanese islands I think I've ever seen. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start adding some safety railing just to add a more modern look to this road, and then we're going to start detailing around the Tokonoma and then start working on our transition that's going to be full of a lot of illuminated items, and this is going to connect over to an incline that will move over towards what we worked on last live stream. If you missed that stream, or this is now an older video, because of course my videos tend to get buried over time, don't worry, I have it linked in the video's description so you can go check out that stream and kind of see how we transitioned and did everything there too. So now we're going to be working on one of the hardest pieces of this road design. Y'all, I swear on my last live stream we took like 2 hours trying to figure out this one spot on the road code, and it's this tire track curve. It was ridiculous how long it took me to figure out, but now it's pretty straightforward and I think I know how to place it correctly, and I'm telling you, this is what made me want to use this custom design code. I feel like this road is so underrated, and I think it's because a lot of people are overwhelmed with how hard it is to use, but once you figure out the road, it is so easy to figure out and it just looks so incredibly realistic, and this is why I really wanted to do this island theme. So this roadway over here is one of my absolute favorite things that I did on today's video, and I'm 100% keeping this. I love how we eventually have an incline over here, and I was also able to place another villager. I'm thinking if I do change anything from today's video, it's going to be the left side concrete building, and that's going to be more traditional. And then I might do a little bit of a modern building instead. But I really wanted to offer something that is just really simple and easy to create, because I know a lot of you were asking for a modern idea with this road. So that is why we're testing this out today. But I am definitely keeping what we did over here because I just think it looks so nice and it really complements the road too. So for this building over here, I'm actually complementing the Torii Gate build that we did on my last live stream. I really want to continue with this vibe in this island. And this is why I'm unsure if I want to keep the modern buildings, because originally when I was going into this island, I was thinking of something more rural and kind of like coastal-like in a way. So like a sleepy Japanese coastal town. That's why I'm kind of thinking about not doing any modern buildings, but we did discuss the idea of a modern Tokyo mixed with some traditional on stream. So for now, I'm gonna definitely test out some modern like buildings with what we did today and see if I can like it. If not, we will definitely change and edit this into something that makes me feel a little bit more confident. Normally when I do my videos, I tend to edit all these trial builds out, but lately y'all have been enjoying kind of seeing how my thought process looks and how I go into each island, and this is the stuff that you normally don't see. Me being indecisive and really not having a plan on how I want things to look. I feel like this side of content creation is really important to show because honestly, coming up with layouts and builds are not as easy as it seems. Normally I edit all this out or we maybe discuss it on streams, but for the most part, I usually remove all these trials out and try something that I really like instead. But I actually did like how this build turned out today. I'm just not sure if this is the approach that I want for my island, but I do think it'll be helpful for somebody maybe wanting to do a cherry blossom theme and they really want to mix in like, you know, this modern and traditional look. Overall, I still think that today's build was really successful and it turned out really nice. My issue is if I want to commit to the mixture of modern and traditional. I'm really kind of tempted on sticking to the traditional instead and adding in some natural areas. So I just wanted y'all to know at least what my plan is and kind of like what my headspace is at right now. I will definitely build what speaks to me more than obviously force a certain vibe or theme to happen, because then I don't put my full 100% into island themes. But overall, the island for me personally is giving me more of like a rustic rural city instead of like, you know, modern. Maybe I'm just slowly getting back into my rustic trashcore era again. I haven't done rustic themes in quite some time, and maybe it's just what's inspiring me the most right now. Regardless, I'm really enjoying this island and I'm having so much fun with it, even if that means I remove all the modern stuff and just keep it rustic. I just think that this is one of the most fun islands that I've created in such a long time, and I just really love winter in Animal Crossing too. I feel like winter is such an underrated theme because a lot of people are overwhelmed with how to decorate in it, but when you go into these more rustic themes with winter, I just feel like it adds so much more realism and just makes a really stunning island theme. My plan before my next video or stream is to test the more traditional looking building instead of the modern style, just to see if that's what makes me love that area even more, and then we'll just, you know, move on from there and see what happens. I hope that today's video brought you some Animal Crossing inspiration, and before today's video ends, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day.